Alright, Appendix B, correcting unit repair procedures. Alright, Association of Intermodal Exchange rules, including billing and repair procedures. So we're on to the billing procedure. Sorry. Was it 65? We're on to the appendix correcting unit repair procedures. Introduction prefix. The appendix details procedure method of the repair of the trailer containing the chassis equipment to permit safe return of the service to purpose of any the repair of the restore the equipment to original store. Structural integrity. Therefore, the appendix describes the material methods required for the AR trailer of the flat card and container of the flat card. Interchange rules. All repairs and replacements subject to the applicable provision code of the rules and regulatory specifications. The appendix divided into sections of detailed repair of the component of the group. The proper repairs is important to each of the air. The defective unit carefully evaluated. The proper repairs replacement made. The type of the units defects discussed in the repair manual not intended to indicate that there are only types of structural defects that should be repaired. Each of the unit the defects shall be reviewed individually. A repair decision may be based on the review. The equipment component with compatibility, original equipment components with the manufacturer approved the recommendation for the builder of the unit, but selected with the compatibility with each of the other elements of the unit. Therefore, the original replacement parts of compatible materials should be used on the recommended repairs. D. Owner requirements. The owner standards for the applicable repair replacement of the specific component of the sensitive of the unit. Such repair replacement must be followed as prescribed in Rules 99. E. Tamper the evidence requirement. All the repairs be complete with the manner of the makes it possible to add and remove the lading without the visible trace of the repairing tamper. B2. General trailer repairs. Postal and panel damage. The general postal and panel damage can be repaired. The splice of the patch refer to the body repairs the following the extent of the damage and such for the effect of the structural repair of the reinforcement of the damage. Area the questionable replacement of the parts recommended, but rather than splicing and or patching all the most advanced panel damage to be the repaired for such evaluated on an individual basis. All the repairs should be based on that the review in all the cases the original trailer containing manufacturer shall be consulted with the repair of the recommendations. Joining dissimilar materials. Joining dissimilar materials, all the materials involved in the procedures that will be done with the properly prevented control of corrosion that may occur with the certain atmospheric moisture conditions. The improper application preventing the coating of between the surface of dissimilar metals can leave the materials open to severe galvanic actions. In the refrigerated trailers, then the example, for example, the same space between two different metals is by a fluid that can be conducted with electricity, and one of the metals will gradually decompose. Corrosion also occurs when the wood part is not protected adequately prior to the assembly of the metal surfaces. The procedures listed below will be practical and limited to prevent such corrosion. Joining aluminum, unfinished steel, and stainless steel before assembling aluminum to steel include the crossmember at the bottom of the rail, but the surface of the steel must be cleaned with all the rust and scale, welded flux, and metal particles, and other foreign material. Immediately after cleaning all primer and steel surfaces to prevent galvanic action, apply with the protective coating with the steel area, apply the insulation tape, the serial steel number, the logo card with the similar express steel with the items should be protected with the insulating type prior to the assembly of the aluminum surface. The replacement of the fasteners must be similar to metal screw bolts and nuts and nails. The protective coatings that may be used. Joining aluminum wood components, applying with the protective coating of the wood surface to seal and feel flexible, non-shrinkable wood be used. Usually highly corrective action to prevent the deterioration of the wood, including the trailer containing the doors and door frames areas. Joint metal of the FRA panels. Although the fiberglass reinforced plywood panels are constructed with the fiberglass outer line, the protective coating shall be applied between the steel component and the fiberglass reinforced plywood panel. Reinforced two joint aluminum wood components above the correct procedure. B3 body repairs. Side panels. Mating the panel with the material selected with replacing the side wall panels should comply with the manufacturer recommendation. Corrugated with a small smooth panel construction mated with under the circumstance, including the patches. Pre-painted panels that must be also likewise mated. Patch body panels the sheet of the post trailer and containers. A patch-like material should be made overlapping the existing panel, breaking them not less than 1 inch of all the sides, and small repairs on large breakers. The damaged portion must be trimmed to produce a round or oblong opening. No patch should not be less than 4 inches on any of the one side. Piece figure B1 shows the no patch shall be less than 4 inches on the side, or soft rivets are prohibited to repair except the roof. The repairs and synthetic rubber base sealer around the opening adjacent rivet line and a half-inch rivet the edge spacing. Aluminum steel panels shall be the same thickness as the original, clean to burr both panels and smooth end to end with the crease and around the damaged area. Place the panel patch with the breaker that include the badly dented with the creased area, the drill holes, rivet skirm of the round with the patch parameter space 1.5 inches in the center of the rivet hole shall be located with not less than a half inch from the edge of the panel of the patch. Applying non-shrink sealer between the patch and the trailer body, and one of the beads must be applied with the round of the parameter of the damage area. The other bead must be adjacent from the rivet line, applied with the manner that does not allow the excessive amount of the sealant to seep the outside parameter of the patch. The self-sealing pop of the rivet is corrected with hardware to be used for the outside of the panel. Repairs exclude the rivets and screws. For the securement of the panels of the post of the trailer container structure, both rivets rivets and structural mono bolts must be used. Self-sealing pop rivets may be used only at the rear rail area where there's no rear access due to the trailer's container and structural configuration. A patch cannot be extended with one panel to another. B1 shows that a patch cannot be extended from one panel to the another. Patch A, buck rivets must be used. The patch B, the correct repairing match for the panel. No patch should be less than 4 inches on any one side. Cut the full length side panel with the area with the top of the bottom must be sectioned. Sections must be at minimum 9 inches. All sections must be bulk riveted. Patching body panel and steel containing the correct type of the steel with as well the proper surface preparation and painting method is critical. Straightening. Wherever possible, straighten the dents and compression lines with the panel with the mechanical, the hydraulic means with the heat when heating. Without heating, they should not be necessary to be used heat. Repairing the panel, the straighten should return with the original form. The damage and stretch with the panel should to an extent with the original profile cannot be restored. The repair of the straighten should be not be attempted. Straighten welding. The repair splits, cuts, tears, and pinholes of the original profile can be restored. Straighten the damaged area. Drill a stop hole at the end of each of the ending of the crack. Weld the edge of the cut material. The closure of the opening. Clean the mask and prime the repaired areas on both sides. Inserting. If the damage cannot be made and straightened with the bolt and welded insert with the installed with the C-figure B2 with the insert the straddle with the existing panel weld seal and the damaged area is not near the such of the same insert but may not be suitable for the damage covered the large area adjacent with the rail of the post nearby. Insert with the corroded with the properly installed must be corrected. Remove the attachments ventilated with marking plates, etc. that within the damaged area near enough that they may be damaged during the repair. Mark and cut the damaged area with the torch and the cutting of the disc. Cut the replacement material to the size insert that must be fitted flush with the existing panel should be fabricated to allow no more than 2 millimeters clearance between the adjoining surface of the panel. Inserted manual material must have the same corrugation size profile and radii original per panel. Fit and insert the cutout area of the tack welded position continuous with the weld insert on the exterior side of the existing panel. Ensure that the insert of the welds are fully penetrated with the panel and exterior side. Clean, mask, and prime the repaired area with the bolts exterior and interior sides applied to the top of the coating exterior side. Only replace the markings removed during the repair required with re-regulation as directed by the owner. Retest the components with the removed during the repair. Alright, your butt weld sim with a flush fitting insert. See panel replacement for the sheet and post trailer containing the sufficient panel plant lab is required to provide both good seal and proper installation. See figure B3. B3 shows the panel should overlay with the B riveted originally manufactured section B9 with the proper riveting the sealer of the panel and the interior post of the leading edge. 2. The place where the panel opened the drill around with the panel perimeter, placing the holes of the 1.5 inches in the center of the existing rivet holes. It must be reamed to provide with the tight feet with the large size of the rivet. Placement area of the existing adjacent panels must be cleaned and deburred where they lap. They use the applicable alloy, aluminum alloy, high tensile cadmium plated steel rivets for the securement of the panel to the post of the trailer containing the structure above the buck rivets and the structural mono bolts must be used. The self-sealing pop rivets must be used in the rear area where there's no access due to the trailer containing the structure configuration. The side post should never be spliced, and any badly bent cut in the interior post should be replaced before section of the full panel is replaced. Panel replacement on the steel box containing the individual panel cannot be prepared with a straightened insert with the damaged panel with removed the replaced with the new panel. Replacement may also be indicated with inserting would leave the non-conforming repair nearby and replacing less expensive. Both welded joints between the replacement and existing panels are required. Fiberglass reinforced panel damage. In all cases, the original trailer container manufacturer should be consulted for the repair of the recommendation. Damage conditions. Fiberglass reinforced panel damages normally fall under the 4 categories. Minor surface damage. The damage requires only the repair of resin and surface finish. This may be accomplished by the use of the manufacturer's recommended repair kits. B. The damage goes through the glass fibers and into the plywood, thus damaging the damage area of the clear back of the sound materials and repair of the glass matte resin with the surface finish. Puncture damage that goes between through the panel. The damage requires both faces of the panel repaired, surfacely smashed, or damaged panels. In case the complete damage also may be removed and replaced. In some cases, the complete panel replacement may be necessary. Non-puncture damage repair. Determine the extent of the damage, measuring the mark off the 4-inch area of the outside of the damage. To draw a 2-inch line with the feather area. The score along the inside lines of the sander and peel off the damaged fiberglass. This sand to remove the damaged plywood feather. The area with exposed wood and fiberglass original panel meat. Remove the dust if the moisture exists. Dry with the heat lamps. Be using the wide masking tank with a rectangular border around the repair area of the the gel coat of the surface and inside of the rectangle to roughen the smooth and face and enough good adhesion. Make a resin compound to accurately portion applied to the interior repair area. Fill the center of the depression exterior layer with the resin to help eliminate air bubbles. Saturate the section of woven fiberglass with the resin compound. Push it over over both of the wood feathered areas. Cover the entire repair area with the remainder of the resin. Cut a piece of the mylar film large enough to overlap the masking tape. Attach the top of the edge of the film on the top of the border of the tape. They'll use the roller, squeeze out the excess resin compound along the air bubble to level the surface of the original panel. After curing the completed with the sand, the entire repair dust off in small imperfections of the polyester body filler glazing compound and the few pinholes persisting with the sand hill with the polyester. Apply the spot filler, prime and paint if desired. 4. Surface repair. The surface must be clean and dry before the patches can be applied. Remove all the smoke and the residual dirt for the repair area with the cleaner. Hot water, but then wipe dry with the clean and absorbent cloth. After removing the projecting fibers, adding the polyester body filled mix with an appropriate amount of the cream hardener leveled so the surface is smooth and clean from from a roll of adhesive backed repair film. Cut the length slightly larger than the damaged area. Peel back the leading edge of the paper liner and fold it down, exposing the adhesive surface. 5. Replacement of the damaged section. Extensive severity of the damage to the surrounding area to determine the extent of the elimination. Make a rectangular about 4 inches long or than apparent damage. Cut out the marked section. Inspect the parameter from the wetness if the moisture is present. Dry small holes in a few inches apart to determine the extent of the moisture. Recut and open large if necessary. From inside the tray of the container, make a 2 inch from the opening of the prepare of the making shiplap joint and pressure the joint and saw depth of the half of the thickness for the panel to make the cut. Peel away with the fiberglass part of the panel sandwich from the plywood. Remove the plywood for the depth of the cut with the chisel or router. Sand it with smooth with a high-speed rotary sander at 32 grit disc. Cut a plug with from the fiberglass reinforced panel with the same thickness, 2 inches larger than the opening on all sides. Draw the 2 inch from the edge of the plug's finished side. Cut a depth halfway on the panel to remove the 2 inch strip of the fiberglass and plywood. Previously described, sand smooth and clean the area. Place the plug in the opening and make necessary adjustments. Apply resin compound generally to cover all the sand areas, fill all the voids. Insert a plug on the fiberglass reinforced panel with the temporary fastener with either screw or the bolt strategically around the perimeter to hold the bolt plug in place until the resin compound curves. Remove the excessive resin compound with the compound hardens. Cut the appropriate length of the 4 inch to the 8 inch strip of the woven fiberglass to cover all the edge of the repair as preparation for the layout later. Once the compound is set up, remove the temporary fastener, sand off the excessive resin, draw lines of the 2 on the both sides of the unit. I'll use the sander and saw, score the fiberglass, remove the 2 inch strip on each of the joint, and feather each additional 2 inch on all sides of the 2 inch strip of exposed plywood, working through the surface but not through the woven fiberglass. Laminate sand to the back of the fourth motion to avoid heating of the building of the possible delamination. J. After the mixing of the completely covered sand area, the polyester resin compound layer, the proper length of a 4 inch woven fiberglass resin coated bare wood surface at the top of the horizontal section. Press the fiberglass into the moist resin. Immediately apply the thin layer of resin compound over the 4 inch strip, and also covering the feathered area. K. Immediately lay on an 8 inch strip of the woven fiberglass over the 4 inch strip, extending in the feather original laminate, applying the pressure to the saturated cloth. Follow the deliberate roll amounts for additional resin compound. L. Cut a piece of film large enough to cover the layup and then top of the edge of the film several inches above the top of the resin covered area. With the roller, apply steady with the continued thin pressure in one direction across the film-covered area to force out the air bubbles. Ensure the complete saturation of the woven fiberglass. Or excessive resin. Repeat the same procedure for the bottom of the horizontal section. Leave the film placed and work on the outside of the filler container, repeating the previous steps. And when the interior horizontal section has been curved, remove the mylar strip and lightly feather to the corners to move the smooth joints. Repeat the procedure for the vertical strip, the horizontal airing, and the sand high points for the smooth surface. And also apply vertical strips on the outside. Fill any small imperfections. Polyester body filled with the body glazing compound before and after sanding. If any of the pinholes persist after sanding with the polyester, apply the spot filler and sand again until the desired finish obtained. Mask off the patch and prime of the entire prepare. If painting is desired after the primer dries, the spray on 2 coats of paint. The completed patch should offer the same structural integrity near the perfect surface of the original fiberglass panel. Alright, B4, general interior repairs. Floor structure and damage. The floor of the trailer container is a key element of the structural system in addition with the normal vertical loads. They carry the longitudinal loads such as the docks, bumps, etc. Floors in the trailer containers are normally glued with laminated hardwood that is not in most cases one piece for the full length of the trailer. The container approximately 12 inches wide, but the trailer container floor consists of the three main structural components which serve the support of forklift transfer of load on the side planes. These components include the floorboard, floor support with the cross members, supports for the cross members, the rail connected. The cross members support the most critical of these three structural components since the failure could lead to the total collapse of the entire floor system. Damage to the floor resulting in overload, mechanical handling of the trucks in the trailer or the container, or deteriorating of the floor well over the trailer or the container's life. This will result in sections which are weaker and will fail at the lower end of the lower load of the level. Occasionally, a heavy piece of freight can be punctured into the floor or local area, resulting in the floor failure. 2. Flooring repairs. Proper repair of the broken floor section is mandatory so the integrity for the remaining of the floor is not affected by the repair. The following repair procedure must be followed. Flooring replacement shall be fastened with a minimum of 3 cross members. No adjacent flooring repairs shall be ended with the same cross member. However, the end joints must be staggered and sealed. Figure B4. All the repairs of the flooring decking must be similar quality and like installation as the original flooring and free of visible defects and top-coated undercoat. Alright, the floor repair. The new floor section must be supported by the minimum of 3 cross members. The new board installation install 2 self-tapping flat screws each with the cross member. Cover the new board, the 3 at the bolts. Removing the damaged floorboard. New floor and same section material must be supported with 3 cross members. Butts but must fall at a cross member center line. Figure B4. Before starting repairs, it is recommended for the inspection of the cross members, the area of the board with the failure made to determine any of the cross members, the repair or the replacement. In the event of the floor area damage, determine the extent of the damage, indicate the extreme damage of the repairs that follows. One firm is appointed with damaged area that stops, proceed with the forward rearward direction at least 1 additional cross member space, and mark the floor. Remove the floor screws and adjacent with the boards, which allow the damaged floor section to be raised above the floor level, and cut the damaged boards at the point marked to obtain the identical section thickness and variety of the lumber of the replacement. 2. Cut a section replacement board of lumber at the length of the compatible with the removed material. Apply with the bead of Balto silicone cutting, caulking to mating the perimeter edge of the floorboard, laying it in place and ensuring that the joint between the adjacent board is interlocked. 3. Reinstall any of the missing fasteners adjacent boards. Drill minimum of 3 holes through the new board plank at each cross member location. Install 2-inch long self-lapping flat head screws at each location. Install the bead of caulk across the butt joint between the new and adjacent floor planks to ensure against the leak. In a situation where extensive damage is done to the floor, more than one floorboard is damaged, be ensured to install the replacement planks so that no 2 adjacent butt joint conditions exist at any one cross member, and if necessary, stagger the joints, installing longer than one required floor replacement inserts at the adjacent point. This is extremely important. Any distortion which results in the lack of contact between the floor and the cross member can be remedied by reinstalling the screws through the floor and positioning the nuts on the bottom of the shank of the screw, thereby clamping the floor to the cross member together. The butt gap between the boards shall not exceed 1/4 inch. Side liners. Repair the replacement material shall be made same quality type of thickness as the original liner of the material. The installation of ply liners should be used the same type of the fastener as used in the original installation. If a ply liner has a hole greater than 4 inches, the ply liner should be replaced. Skerfling. Skerfling in the fastener must be like the material as the original installation section is acceptable, with end joints located at the side posts. Roof. If the trailer and the container is equipped with a plywood liner, replacement must be in the same quality, type, and thickness as original. See the roof section on specific roof repairs. B5, the trailer and chassis support repairs. Landing legs. Description. Landing leg system figure B5 and B6 have been designed to provide with the suitable support for the trailer chassis located with the center line of the kingpin. Manually operated landing gear must be 2-speed. The legs must be equipped with heavy-duty wheels or pads and heavy-duty axles. Defects. When landing gear, the lower leg or the upper leg assembly is bent or damaged or deformed to a point which will not allow the free vertical travel of the legs shall be replaced with normal defects associated with non-functional landing gear or the broken welds, loose fasteners, missing, broken, defective, improper materials, improper adjusted, defective components, bent, broken, dry, insufficient lubrication. 3. Repair compatibility required. If any other original type of the legs installed with the bolt patterns, gear ratio, and loading of the rate must be compatible. Landing of the leg braces that have been bent and damaged should be straightened. If impractical, replace the necessary of the new one like kind with equal strength of the original. Component replacement versus leg replacement. When landing leg is defective due to the internal component of the failure without damaging the leg assembly, the component shall be replaced. If necessary, in lieu of replacing entire leg, reassembly must be included with the proper lubrication. 5. Landing gear management. Landing gear mounting bracket. If the damage of the landing gear mounting bracket is in such an impractical repair that must be replaced, and replacement of the bracket must be one of the like of the kind of the original equipment. The bolt on type that required the direct one for one-to-one replacement, or utilizing the identical fastening patterns inside of the original installation. And in replacing the welding on bracket, carrying the most, but taking to remove the damage of the bracket without destroying the bending, the cutting, of the mounting of the surface adjacent with the bracket. There's not a possible cross member there in the direct overlanding of the gear, but also must be replaced with the bracket. Mounting brackets must be attached and is established in original equipment. Sand shoes and dolly wheels and axles. When necessary to replace the sand shoes, dolly wheels, or axles, the replacement must be also likewise shape and the strength as an opposite position must be properly secured. 7. Landing gear crank handle. The necessary to replace the landing gear crank handle, the replacement must be sufficient size and shape to clear the side of the trailer, or the container must be stored with the existing storage retainer. 8. Cross shaft. When necessary to replace the cross shaft, the replacement must be the same in the size and shape and the strength as the original equipment is removable. The fastener must be used in installation. Alright, your leg assembly. Alright, 1 is your pan assembly inner line, leg assembly outer line, 3 inner leg tube assembly, 4 bearing thrust, 5 crankshaft, 6 cross pin, 7 10 spring gear crankshaft cluster, 9 nut hex, 9 8 gear crankshaft cluster, 8 nut necks, 9 10 dust cover, 11 clamp dust cover, 12 the pinion bevel, 13 gasket support, 14 screw, 15 cover support, leg 16 lock nut gear, 17 gear bevel, 18 bearing bevel gear, 19 gear main shaft cluster, 20 main shaft, 21 cross pin, 21 or 22 pan assembly outer housing, 22 bolt hex, 24 nut hex, 25 washer, 26 bolt hex, 27 crank support, 28 shaft cross, 29 bolt shoulder, 30 washer, 21 nut hex, 32 sand shoe assembly, 33 tube exact axle, 34 retaining ring, 35 plate mounting lug, 36 clip crank and the handling retaining, 37 mounting bracket, 38 bushing, 39 bushing maintenance shaft, 40 pushing crankshaft, 41 fitting lubrication, 42 standard sanding shoe, low profile sanding shoe is 43. So you have this leg assembly for the driver. Support frame structures. Number 1, Z assembly, generally 5 to X members. 2, support mounting of the Z brackets, mounting skirt. 3, strut assembly, diagonal brace. 4, cross brace. 5, diagonal brace. 5, 6, cross shaft. 7, leg assembly, driven single speed slave, leg assembly driver, 2-speed clear side. 9, removable fastener crank handle. Note that use the minimum of the grade 5 bolt required B figure 6. Alright, B6 roof repairs. In general, the roof repairs are equal to any more important with the repairs known over the side of the wall of the trailer and contained with the correct material of good workmanship to determine whether there will be a load of damage due to whether roof panels have to tear a hole or should the repair with the prevent structural failure, the water damage to the cargo. Generally, repairs consider the relatively simple patch replacing the section of the roof panel fully wide of the trailer of the container extending with the nearest to the roof of the bow is adjacent with the damaged area. The certain procedure must be followed therefore be followed by the roof repairs are made. Patching the roof sheets. The care must be exercised to see that the roof repairs are properly extended to the roof of the bows and give the exterior seal with the hoard in the maximum long life of the repair with avoiding loosening of the roof sheet by flexing patching is not to be riveted through the roof of the bow. For the small repairs, patches shall be made to overlap with the existing panel break with not less than 1 inch of the line on all sides. One larger break, the damaged portion must be trimmed to produce a round oblong opening sides, same side panels. No patch should be less than 4 inches on any side. Aluminum sheet steel patches shall be the same thickness and the type of this original roof sheet. The cleaned burr both panels and patches smooth and creased areas around the damage. Placing patch over the break of the drill hole for the rivet skirming around the patch in order to ram the space on 1.5 inch center of the rivet hole shall be located not less than 1/2 inch from the edge of the patch. Any of the roof bow damage shall be repaired prior to the application of the patch. Apply a seal between the patch and the roof sheet, the range of the edge of the patch. Additional sealer placed over the exterior rivet heads. After the roof patch must be secured secured with the soft buck rivets to prevent flexing and rivet the hole and elongation. When the underside of the roof is inaccessible, the repairs must be made on the self-sealing pop rivets. Although the roof bow repairs, the replacement must be made with the original type of the fasteners with the two-piece rivets. The hole must be drilled within leading the ends of any of the stress cracks. H. When the patch extends to the top of the rail, buck rivets must be used. C. Roof sheets breaks more than 6 inches. The section of the roof that sheets the break in excess of the 6 inches shall extend to B2 and be secured with the adjacent roof of the bows. The trailer of the containers constructed with the section applied with the bows must be bonded with the roof of the bows. The damage required the removal of the original roof from the top of the rail with the entire original roof of the sheet must be sectioned and replaced with the nearest end. The roof that has been previously sectioned with the area of the damage is the new section must be extended beyond the previous section. In the area of the section that exceeds 30% of the roof, the entire roof must be replaced. No more than 3 sections shall make up the entire roof. The splice of the stretch of the trailer is counted as one section of the wood, thereby in the 2-section roof. The center of the roof shall be contained by a splice. The roof patch cannot exceed 12 inches by 36 inches. Or roof replacement, aluminum dry van and container. 1 piece of aluminum sheet must be used. All damaged roof bows must be removed and replaced with the new roof bows and secured at each end of the top of the rail rail by use the hook type of the fastener and manufacture original type fasteners. 3. After removal of the old roof sheet, the subsequent any of the roof bow and plate replacement, all the roof bows and rail gutters must be cleaned and subdeburred. Before installing the new roof, applying sealer on the roof rail and the roof rail gutter around the entire trailer and the container. The roof sheet must be secured on the front rail, spacing recommended by the manufacturer of the trailer, and the container must be the level ground surface of the new roof. The supply of the new roof sheet must be stretched in place by using clamps. The roof stretcher for the rear header of the trailer and container. This phase is very important to reduce the possibility of roof sheet flapping, which could cause the flexing and cracking. The side of the new roof sheet must be affixed to the top of the rail rear headers according to the manufacturer's specification. E. Roof bows. Roof bows are broken and missing or should be replaced due to the wide variety of the design. The original trailer of the container manufacturer should be consulted for its recommendation on bow replacement. Roof sheet head edge treatment. The roof bow adhesive of the roof sheet, the inner nose, the bend, the roof bow, the top of the rail, the electrical conduit, retainer groove, and the side post and side sheet. Figure B7. B7 rear doors and rear frame. A. General. The rear doors in C figure B8 with the probably most damaged component on any intermodal trailer that container. Therefore, the certain repair procedures must be followed to maintain the overall structural integrity of the trailer and the container. The door in the trailer container is designed so that when loaded up beyond the design with the failure to be able to take on the door, locking the hardware not into the connections between the end of the frame. C figure B9 with the trailer that contains the body of the door assembly are designed to withstand the maximum loads and fatigue forces imposed on the rail operation. Generally, the door ensemble consists of the door frame and the door's hinges of the door locking hardware and attachments of these items. B. The repair procedure. Rear door. The plating of the rear door is not permitted, so will not be considered for the proper repair with acceptance only with the temporary repair. Self-sealing patches are allowable on cuts that do not extend more than 1/8 of an inch for the door plywood. All door replacements shall be made with the materials of gaskets, door hardware, door dimensions. When the doors are mounted, they shall be mounted flush with the door frame and shall be constructed such that the curb side of the door that has been opened before the roadside door can be opened. All the decal signs shall be replaced on the door. New doors. The replacement of all the tiebacks on the new door is required. 2. Security hardware. Lock rods, hinges, plates, and shall be met with the ARM 930 and 931 specifications. When the roof is replaced, the security plate must be replaced. All door seal locking devices, door securement hardware, and door attachment hardware must be affixed by fully welding by using the tamper-proof of the fasteners to produce entry into the trailer container by the removal of any of the door hardware components. A minimum of one of the fasteners on each of the top of the bottom hinges and the top of the bottom lock rod support bearings should be tampered off. Tamper-proof. That all door seal hasp fasteners should be also tamper-proof. Alright, your rear door assembly, figure B8. Ply middle door, 3/4 inch hinge strap, bolt, 2, 3 hinge pin, 4, 5 seal pin, handles, latch assembly, 6 door handle, 7 upper and lower rod guide, 8 upper and lower cam gear keeper, 9 upper and lower cam, 10 lock rod pipe, 11 intermodal rod guide, 12 upper lower rod guide, 13 intermodal rod guide bushing, 14 fastener, and 15 door tie back black plate. Alright, your rear frame assembly, index number 1. Post rear corner roadside curb side 12-inch lights. 2. The header assembly. 3. The cross member assembly. 4. The angle plywood edge protector. 5. The hinge bracket. 6. The bumper curbside roadside. 7. The light protector. 8. With the upper tie plate with the roadside curbside. 9. Lower tie plate roadside curbside. And 10. Bumper lower. Fasteners may be considered tamper-proof with the virtually unoriginal design because of the alteration of reusable fasteners, which require the destruction, burning, the cutting, and defective removal of reusable fasteners, such as the nuts and bolts are recommended. If used, they must be secured by fully welding the nut to them and the bolt to, or the bolt to its mating of the hardware. The fully welding means the welding around the entire circumference of the bolt, prevailing the torque fastener, and utilizing the deformed threads of the plastic inserts are not considered the tamper-proof with the fastener, except where they are inaccessible, such as in a refrigerator trailer or the container door. The tack spot welding has been not permissible, although hardware shall have the hot dip galvanized finish with the functional equivalent rear door frame. The rear door headers are designed to protect all the lights and wiring the mechanical damage during the normal operation. The rear door lower sills are designed to protect lights and reflective lenses. The door lock keeps the mechanical damage during the normal operation. That's typified with the backing and loading platforms, the rail car, bridge plates, and rubbing against the trailer during the transit. The replacement rubber and fabric type bumpers do not meet this requirement. B8, splicing or siding the rail procedure protectors. Damage to the top of the bottom of the rails directly affected the overall integrity of the trailer container, but not properly handled with the cause of the total failure of the equipment. The following consideration involved with the type of the repair. See figure B10, B11, and B12. The manufacturer's recommendation repair with the top of the bottom rail must be followed with all the splices adequate strength of the damaged area. No matter more than one splice per rail is allowed except for the stress of the trailer. See below. The all splice rail section shall not exceed 25% of the overall vehicle length, referring to figure P10. Splice plates. Splice plates must be steel and aluminum insulating type. The tape must be used between the aluminum steel components. The bottom rail splice plate must exceed the minimum of 3 cross members, and the top of the rail splice plate must be span a minimum of 2 posts. The splice plate at the top of the rail per manufacturer specification either be installed in the interior or exterior of the rail. 5. When the rivet is replaced with the bolt of the cross member, there must have been a minimum of at least a grade 5 bolt or self-locking nut. Lock washers may never be used. The welding plating of the top of the bottom rails as means of the repairing of the prohibited directly affects the strength and integrity of the rail. 7. In stretch trailers, a stretch trailer has been modified with the original manufacturing specification. Therefore, the stretch portion of the rail should not be considered a splice. The rule of thumb for the trailer splicing is A and B 25% of the maximum vehicle length, the maximum vehicle length of A and B from the A and B, and A and B. On all 4 corners. If the splice existing at any A location the splice is permitted at any other A location the splice exists, at any B location the splice is permitted at any other B location. Either A location may be spliced and either B location on the same side of the splice, and neither B location may be spliced at any other A location on the same side splice. No more than one splice section of the rail permitted at the top and the bottom of the rail except for the stretch trailers. B figure P10. B definition. One top rail protector. Top rail protector is a non-structural attachment to the side of the rail located near the top of the side to protect the top of the rail's roof from the contact with the lift arm. The lifting device of the bearing serve to the top of the rail protector was designed so that to prevent any of the contact with the lifting or lifting device of the trailer top, the rails, and roof. Top rail protectors are fastened with the trailer in manner to prevent the damage for the top of the rail protector attachment, lifting arm, the lifting devices. 2. Lifting pads and bottom rail protectors. Lifting pads are non-structural attachments to the bottom side of the rail to protect the cross member of the bowl, bottom side of the rail sidewalls, and mechanical fasteners located near the bottom of the side beneath the bottom of the contact with the lifting shoes, the lifting devices. Horizontal bearing surface of the lifting pads extend the individual inwardly to the outside vertical of the body of the minimum of 6 inches. The vertical bearing surface shall extend upward to the bottom side of the rail with a minimum of 2.5 inches. See the figure B10A. The lift of the pads fastened with the trailer in a manner that prevents damage of the lifted pad fastened with lifting shoes or lifting machines. Alright, your lifting pad space below, see below, trailer length and lifting pad spaces. Unit length, 28 feet, lifting pad 5 feet, 45 length, 10 feet, 48, 10 feet, lifting pad length 10 feet, 53 feet, unit length 15 feet or full length, 57 feet, 15 feet or full length, lifted pad. Splicing of the top rails, a 3.8 inch huck bolt, grade 5X head. No splicing design may be used to extruded with the aluminum and fully properly with the original rail extension. 3/8 of a huckleberry grade 5X bolt. 3/8 inch huck bolts, original 5X hex bolt. Splice plate has been optional, being installed with the internal, external, and bolt ends above and the top of the rail. Figure B1. Splicing the bottom of the rail. Splice plate between B of the steel or aluminum. 5/8 of an inch, 1/2 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch, grade 5X hex bolts, grade 5H hex bolts. Bottom rail splice must be extended with a minimum of 3 cross members, B12.